In this lesson, we're going to take a look at some of the ways that you can divide a single solid body into multiple solid bodies. Let's take a look at a pre-existing part. If you open up your folder from the SOLIDWORKS 2013 Advanced Working Files for Infinite Skills, open up Chapter 1 and look at the split mouse start.solidpart file. Double-click on that to open it. Notice that this is a single solid body at this point. We know that because I've got a folder here that only has a single solid body. I also have 4 hidden surface bodies. And we're going to take these last 2 and turn them on. If you don't have the display pane open, you can open it using the double arrows at the top of the feature manager. Next, I want to change the color of these, so I'm going to click in the appearance column for one of the surface bodies, and then also click on the other body and set them to a yellow color. This helps me distinguish visually which faces belong to the solids and which belong to the surfaces. I also want to create another plane, and so I'm going to use the top plane to do this. I'll click on it in the feature manager and then control drag it from the window up a certain distance, and then in the property manager, I'm going to key in 0.075. Now what we're going to do is we're going to use all of this geometry, the plane and the 2 surface bodies, to split this solid body into multiple pieces. If we look at the part in section view, you can see that the solid has been shelled out. It's hollow, like a hollow Easter bunny. So let's proceed. I'm going to use a feature called the Split feature under Insert, Features, Split. The trim tools in this case are going to be this new plane we just created and the 2 surface bodies. Now I'll click on Cut Part. Every body you click on will be divided from the rest of the solid body. So there's only one area where I actually do not want to divide, and that's on the bottom, because you notice that the surface feature and the plane cut off this bottom and divide it into 2. But I want to keep the bottom as a single piece. So let's go through and decide what we want to keep and what we want to keep joined together. These 2 bodies are the bottom that I want to keep together, so I'm not going to click on either one of those. I'm just going to click on the rest of these. This is for the center section where the wheel goes. This is for the buttons. And this last one is for the main body of the mouse. If you use the auto-assign names, SOLIDWORKS will save each one of these bodies out as a separate file. That's something we'll get back to later on. Let's click OK to accept the results. If we go back and hide the surface bodies and turn off the plane, what we notice is that we have 4 separate solid bodies. The area around the wheel, the area around the buttons, the main body of the top side of the mouse, and the bottom, which has been joined together and does not have a separate area split out. Each of these solid bodies can be given a separate color if you choose to do that. You can just go through and assign colors. So you click in the appearance column, then select the color, and then click OK, and do this for each body. We can also take these separate bodies and move them. Another one of the new features in SOLIDWORKS 2013 is that you can now explode bodies within a multi-body part. You used to only be able to do this in assemblies. So let's look at this by switching to the Configuration Manager, right-clicking on the configuration, and say New Exploded View. Now we can select on a solid body, grab an arrow, and drag that body a certain distance. Let's do this again. And let's also move the bottom down. So that's a convenient and handy way to explode multiple bodies within a single part.